let's get on the controversy about. Did you know that they allowed? Well, I don't know about this one, but they allowed so many different kinds of contestants to join now. Did you know that? I
No,
just
what do you
found
mean?
that out like about 2 hours ago that
Uh,
they allowed plus size women. I mean, meaning to say that they didn't allow plus size women before. They
I
didn't allow
saw
like
that. There was a
what
first one, right?
they didn't allow mothers. Like you're supposed to not have a you're supposed to not have a child
Yes, it's something
before.
about the purity of like a young woman type of thing.
Yeah, like who are we to comment on this because we're two guys? But at the same time, it's like, why did they? I didn't know that they had those rules.
Yeah, they have. They've always had. My wife actually brought
Oh,
that up on Saturday. She showed me that curvy, really curvy
yeah, the plus
contestant.
size woman. I think the other one that's more interesting also is that the age they lifted the age restriction.
That's
So,
the next year. That this year that didn't count. Next year, there's no more age
oh,
restriction. You
what
know,
about the transgender thing? What's the deal with that?
I mean that. I don't know if I want to comment on that. What because I have no qualms with the LGBTQ community or transgenders and so on and whatnot. I don't care about
Right,
that. All right.
right,
But
right.
there's just things that just should be not even.
Yeah. I'm thinking, if you're Miss Universe, I mean, you're the company, you can come up with your own private rules and you can say that, you know, we allow this and we don't allow that or whatever organization, right? You could decide if you're going to allow this or you're not going to allow that. But
Right.
the reason I bring it up is because I was like sort of digging through some of the uh I guess Miss Universe reports. There was some report saying that they went bankrupt and that one of the controversies is that the reason why they went bankrupt is because they allowed transgenders to enter the pageant or something like that. So it's just funny because the ones that own the Miss Universe now have only owned it for a year, and then all of
Mm.
a sudden they're bankrupt already.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because they've opened the doors too much. You know.
I
I mean,
kind of
again,
sad.
I don't. Again, I'm saying this before I make my comment. I have nothing against transgender people, whatever. I'm happy for you. It's cool. But there's just certain things that should be left the way it is, though. You know what I mean? Like a beauty pageant for the example. If you're gonna join as a transgender to Miss Universe, maybe there should be a one for transgender people.
Right? Yeah,
You know,
Miss Universe trans.
right? But this one yesterday, I think it was as well. God dang it! It's because the transgender comment.
What's the problem with that?
I don't know.
TikTok kicked us out
TikTok kicked us out again because I think of the trans comment.
for what?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Anyway, but I don't.
um,
I don't think. I think it's. No. What was I saying? Trying to say before we got kicked out.
transgender. You
On
didn't want to
Saturday.
comment.
Well, on Saturday, my wife. Oh, look, there's like they allowed curvy women now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, it's about time. I mean, she looked really good. I can't remember from what country she was in. She was from. Um, but she looked good. I thought.
Yeah. For me as a guy, I mean I don't really follow Miss Universe. I
Hmm.
didn't even know that there was going to be one. Um, but I think it's more interesting. It would have been. I mean, I don't know if they're continuing, but I think it's more interesting if they have more different types of women that join, like mothers,
Hmm.
single, plus size, not so plus size. You know what I mean? That's
I,
for
I,
me. That's why it was so boring because everybody was just so freaking like perfect and not plus size. You know what I mean?
right, 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 right.
I think
I
it would be
think
more interesting if there were different all shapes and sizes.
exactly,
But I
exactly.
don't feel the same way about, biological male that were born and then now changed or what. That's a different story for me.
Right, right. I agree with you. Um, it's Man, there was actually a lot of people watching on YouTube on TikTok too. Anyway, um, yeah, the curvier girl or contestant for Miss Universe this year was Miss Nepal.
Mm.
And I think she looked great. You know, she looked good.
Are you following it? There's also another controversy about like the five, I think the top five got posted on like Miss Universe story. Like I don't know if it was a Facebook page or what, but so there was something posted on social media about the five, and then they took that down. Those five included Philippines,
Mm.
and then they took that down. They put it up again, and then Thailand replaced the Philippines.
Oh, what how
Yeah.
far did the Philippines go? Do you know? I didn't even watch.
I
10?
don't know. I don't think you know. I don't think she was even part. I don't. She's baking something right now. She was probably checking on her pandesal. Bad timing.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it later. But that's all I got about Miss Universe and stuff. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
interesting that all of a sudden, after 70 something years, all of a sudden there's so many of this kind of controversy. It's kind of sad, but maybe it's birth pains of
Yeah.
growing and changing and evolving. Maybe that's the kind of thing. But
I think
yeah,
it's a
for
good
me,
thing. I mean, like you said, go ahead.
no, that's just my 2 cents that I wanted to add to that. So the transgender thing for me is not really interesting. I mean, I would be interested in it, maybe in a specific transgender Miss Universe type of pageant.
Right.
But if it's for but yeah, if they did say Miss Universe, then you would do they allow married women?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now, what are they going to call it next year? Is it going to be Mrs. or do you have to be single? I mean, you could be a divorcee and still be called Miss.
Right, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I just find it for me as a guy, I think it would be more interesting if there were more different shapes and sizes that were able to join
Mm.
versus just like one specific category. It kind of makes it stale and almost predictable. But